Rachael Johnston is a recovering anorexic in the UK, and she has made it her mission to basically ban airbrushing in magazines and advertisements that are targeted toward teenagers and young girls. So she's saying, if you're not going to ban the airbrushing, at least have some sort of notification or some sort of warning that lets the reader know that this image has been photoshopped, it's been airbrushed. And I actually completely agree with her. I think that you should have that kind of warning on those images. Honestly, I wouldn't have a problem if it was for all advertising. But especially when it comes to advertising to young girls, I'm in favor of it. I don't see anything wrong with it.
It's weird. Maybe from your point of view, you can tell me. You don't look at fashion magazines. I can imagine you do, right?
No, I wouldn't waste my money.
I mean, in general, but I mean, like, there's nothing you read, because part of her story was she bought hundreds a week or something like that, because she was obsessed with fashion magazines.
Right.
She was buying hundreds of celebrity magazines.
Right, but she was anorexic.
Right,
so
but that's what I mean. But I'm just wondering, it doesn't seem like photoshopped, weird-looking, bony people that don't exist, really, in these magazines, they don't get you anywhere. That doesn't sell you more products, does it? Because people don't actually look like that. So how do they even think that, oh, that's only for my body style, the non-body style? Who does it appeal to?
Well, what happens is, you know, the media will force this image of beauty on us, right? So we are constantly told as women what is and isn't beautiful. So we're always told, like, skinny girls are beautiful. Girls with small waists, you know, big boobs and a big butt, that's beautiful. That's what women should look like. That's what you should strive to be. So in these ads, it's like, you know, this, it's their way of legitimizing what real beauty is, right? And a lot of young girls, look, I'm smarter than that. A lot of women in my age group are smarter than that. They look at those images and they say, yeah, it's airbrushed, fuck off, right? But there are a lot of young girls, and I remember being one of those young girls, where I would look at those magazines or I would look at those images and I would say, oh my God, I shouldn't eat lunch, or I shouldn't have dinner. I should just, you know, let me just get as skinny as I can because this is what I'm supposed to look like. I don't look like that.
But it's like they're not selling anything. Like they're not selling to 13-year-old girls. Like whatever you said, these fashion magazines, whatever ads that may be selling some kind of clothes or products that they're trying to sell, I feel like it doesn't even do you any good. So even if it was banned and they couldn't do this anymore, or they had the disclaimers, it's not like it hurts their business. It's so weird to me. You would think, at least, you know, when we come up with the fights with regulations for oil companies, at least they're going rampant with you know, making more money off of people's health and killing people, you know. But at least in this aspect, it seems like they're not losing anything, so the bottom line isn't affected, I would think, but maybe it is.
So you're saying that if they just didn't airbrush it, then their numbers would probably go?
Who's not buying their stuff anyway? It's not changing. I don't see it changing.
Well, in
Where's
the eyes,
opposition?
Look, it's the fashion industry that's a little weird, right? Not a little weird, very weird, because they have their idea of what they find beautiful, and they push that idea on everyone else. So, you know, when you look at runway models, why do they all weigh like 95 pounds? Because they believe that the clothing that they produce looks better on that frame, right? So it's a vicious cycle, because young girls will see that in the media and they'll say, I want to buy that dress, but that dress isn't going to look like that if I wear it. I must be ugly. I must need to lose weight in order to look that way. So I'm totally in favor of labeling these images so these young girls know what's going on. When it comes to adult magazines, by the time you're an adult, you should be smart enough to know that these are airbrushed images.